Hi Flosstube, Pam here, stitching between the lines.blogspot.com. If you ever check the blog, I don't post a whole lot, but I refer to it occasionally when we're talking about projects. Anyway, I made a video on Monday. I got advice from varying Flosstube friends. Made a video. Would have loved to have shown it to you. I did all the things that you just need to do. Some video editing, converting it, trying to upload it over and over and over and over and over again, where it would always fail or abort. Last night I started uploading it again at 6 o'clock. 8 o'clock this morning it had 16% uploaded. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have that much time to be without my computer, especially since it was probably going to fail anyway. So I came to the conclusion that we just have terrible, horrible, very bad internet. We don't live where there's cable TV as an option, so internet comes through the phone line. Makes me crazy. If I was still a working girl, I'd be taking my computer to work and using that cable internet. What can you do? So anyway, I am videotaping on my iPad. We'll keep it to 15 minutes, assuming my iPad will allow that. It cut off after 10 minutes last time around because space was full. So I deleted a movie, put it in my iCloud. So anyway, I'm going to just do things in small chunks because, you know, I wouldn't want to deprive you of what's going on in the house of stitching between the lines because it's all so fascinating. Anyway, progress. Today is going to be progress. I am up to back stitching on 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. This picture has so much depth and the back stitching really helps and adds to it, and it really makes it look nice. I'm just tired of doing it, I gotta say. Santa's about done. His eyes have a couple colors, but the color comes up somewhere else, so I'm just kind of waiting until I get there. But I'm done. I'm into the toys where there's a little bit more detail necessary, but I'm down to about here. I snuck a few stitches in over here on the chimney because I had some thread left in the needle, and I'm working on the children down here when I really just need to do some cross stitching. So there's that, and he's coming along charmingly. It's a lovely piece. It's a happy accident, this piece, the way this piece came to be, and I'm so happy with it, so that's nice. And then I finished page 4 of my Heaven and Earth Designs Vibrant Vistas, which is a Jane Wooster Scott. Love, love, love this piece. Page 4 is over here. I have been saying all along I'd like to stitch a page a month. This page made me realize that that's not really possible unless the only thing I want to stitch is this. This page, which ran about here, I had already done some of the sky as it overflowed from page 3. Significantly more of it here than, for example, I flowed over into page 4, and I already had the weather vane mostly done because it uses the same colors as the tree. It took me a good 2.5 weeks to do this, so I'm not thinking I can do a page a month, given I only stitch on this in the evening primarily, about 2 hours of stitching time, and this is really no detail. There's almost no detail involved in this, and once I get into the actual picture and all the detail, I imagine it's going to slow me way down. But I will make a concerted effort to keep going. When I finish one thing in my downstairs stitching chair, I'll pull this back out or take a break if I need it and do another page. Oh, more detail about this. I'm stitching this on the 25 count magic grid fabric that you can buy from the Heaven and Earth Design website. It's very nice to work on. I'm using 3 strands of DMC half stitch over 1. It just worked better, easier on my knuckle joints, pulling that needle through. The grid blocks are 20 by 20, so if you really depend on those grid lines, you either have to adjust your thinking. I find the 20 by 20 to work okay for me. I don't work just in the block. I work by color. So anyway, there's that. And if I mark my, if I mentally check myself visually with the lines and the chart, it works out okay for me. So far so good. It's working out and it's stitching up. I'm making progress. That's all I hoped. I had jokingly said I was going to finish it by the time my youngest daughter finishes college. Well, she's winding up her junior year. I started this piece last summer. I said in my next breath after saying it, maybe I'll finish this when she's done it with college. No, maybe grad school. So I'd love to think she could get her grad school work done in a year or a year and a half, but I don't think that piece is going to get done in a year or a year and a half. So anyway, I needed another little something to work on in my upstairs stitching chair. So upstairs I don't stitch a whole lot. I used to stitch more up there. Like when the kids would come home from school, I would always be around. They don't really need me in the house or, interacting with them when, as they got into high school and stuff. Just presence. Just my presence was all we were looking for, and I would just stitch and do whatever. Watch Ellen. So anyway, just me and the trees, which is an X's and O's, very reminiscent of that Mirabilia piece I showed. Only in that one, the girl is a much more prominent presence in the picture, but it's just cute. I saw this on in the Stitchery last year, in the Stitchery catalog, kitted up for like $100. $100. Do you see what is involved in this? No. So I searched around online, and on 123 Stitch I found the pattern, which I'm going to guess was maybe $10. Let's just guess. And you could buy the fabric, which is a Jobelin Summer Sky, which is just a beautiful piece to work on. It's just so soft and plush, and it feels wonderful. I don't know. What is that? What would that cost? Let's just say $20. Let's go with $20. I don't think it was, but we'll say that just in case. So now we're up to $30 on this. And here's the threads. That's it. DMC. That's it. How many? What do we got here? Maybe 20 colors? It's not $100 worth of anything. Nothing. No buttons, no silks, nothing. Not $100 worth of anything. Unless it came with somebody who was going to do some of the stitching for you. I honest to God don't know who they were selling. The Stitchery catalog, I understand the Stitchery has newer owners. I forgot who. And I still might be wrong. Don't quote me on any of that. Anyway, I'm still saying $100. Are you kidding me? So anyway, I'm delighted with my not $100 version of The Trees and Me. And then the big exciting part of my stitching comes with about the Let Freedom Ring stitch along on Flosstube. I've been talking about it. Here's the picture. Still in love. So what I had done, as I anticipated what fabric to use, I stitch in hand. It's a big piece. I was a little concerned, so I ordered a bunch of little sample, the smallest pieces you can get, of some different 35 count linens to see what they felt like, to see if I liked them. And the piece that seems to be winning is Mellow by Picture This Plus, 36 count. So with the little sample, let's see the color, it's not too bad. With the sample that I bought, I started to stitch Country Cottage, Needleworks, Joy. And I just pulled out the pattern. There was no rhyme or reason. It looked like it would go on this fabric. It looked simple enough. And I really did have some success in stitching it. One thread over two. My needle in there. I don't know what it is about kitting things up. I am going to blame it on Flosstube. There's just no two ways about it. When I started watching last year, I was like, oh my gosh, I have that. Oh my gosh, I have something like that. Oh my gosh, I want to work on that. So I was kitting up like a fiend. And I've run out of these boxes. Well, maybe I only have two. And then I ordered two on Amazon. But I bobbinate in the bigger boxes. I probably have 8 of them. That is where I store my floss on their bobbins. Have for years and years. Pull out what I need. I don't pretend to have a complete set. I go to Joann's. I buy what I need. Even if I had a complete set, you use them up. Or you don't have enough to start a whole project. So, whatever. That's what I do. But if I've run out of boxes, I think enough things are kitted up. So anyway, Joy. Still, this wasn't kitted up, but it got started. So things get started regardless. of my plans. So anyway, I liked Mellow Picture This Plus, so I ordered a whole half-yard piece from 123 Stitch probably, because that seemed to be about, if I went to the quarter yard, the back quarter, it just didn't have quite enough edge, and I'm not cheating myself. So I got the pattern from down Sunshine Lane. Then I went and got what I could from 123 Stitch. So here's the threads, 3 skeins. Ironically, I think it takes like 5 overdyes. I needed to purchase 4. I can only get one of them at 123 Stitch. I'm like, they're pretty typical colors, endive and whatever other colors. That I don't know. It was weird that they wouldn't have them. Freedom, Forest Glade. I don't know. They didn't. So I will find them. I have a somewhat local needle workshop I can go to, or in May I'm going to Las Vegas. There's a shop there. So I will add them to my list. But in the meantime, very soon, I'm going to put some stitches in Let Freedom Ring. I like to work from the center out. I did actually kind of cheat myself once of fabric by not doing that, because I don't remember why I started in the corner. It's not my style. And it was a town scene over to the one edge, and I just kind of had to cut it off where it seemed to need to be cut off. So it didn't really compromise the picture, but on something like this, I can't get over there and discover I only have an inch of fabric left. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might stitch some measuring stitches from the middle out and then start on the edge. I just don't know. I don't like to handle my sewing once it's sewn any more than I have to. And on a piece this big, if I start right in the middle, as I work my way over and up and down, I'm going to be handling what I stitched a whole heck of a lot. So anyway, that's the progress. You're going to have to come back to see about the dough bowl or 2 I bought. 2 of them. Some finishes I had, little finishes, and finishing. Couple things. I got to get out from under that unfinished things. Sent some things to Vanna. They won't be back for a while yet, but we can chat about those all in 15 minutes. We will keep it under 15 minutes. I taped the 40-minute one, which I thought was pretty good. I could upload it in 3 different installments, but come on, who's not tired of that? Plus, I can't get it to go over to my iPad because my iPad is too full. So I taped once already this afternoon, and after 10 minutes it cut off because, again, full iPad. So I moved a movie into my iCloud. It's freed up a whole bunch of space. See, when I bought my iPad, I say things like, I don't need all that storage space. I don't need the most expensive one. I can manage with this one. It's not working. So anyway, in my basement, in the family room, I forget which video I said these things in. There's a quilt behind me hanging on the quilt rack. It needs wrinkles worked out, but it's going to go to a quilt show, so it needs a label on it. And I'll change my angle maybe some other time, because there's quilts hanging here and there down here. They're fun to see. I change them out. This one's usually my spring quilt for one wall. I have a summer one, a fall one, a winter one, but it's going to a quilt show. So needs a label, needs a picture, needs some little bits of things done. I'm always amazed at a quilt show how many quilts have threads hanging off of them. Come on, there should not be threads hanging off of anything. Nothing, nowhere, anyhow, anyway. You know, that's me, the expert, speaking. But anyway, that's why that's there. Needs a little bit of work. So that's my progress on my whips, and I'm going to see if I can upload this, and if it doesn't take, the rest of my life. Have a good one. Till next time. Bye.